All right. So this is a show where entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, business professionals can always watch and stay tuned and be inspired, empowered, and educated. We will be sharing inspiring stories from all different types of entrepreneurs, right? So whether you are mega successful and you're making millions of dollars, or you are just starting out and you're going through the process of planning and staging, which all entrepreneurs do anyway. But no matter what stage in the process of your business, this is a show that you really, really want to watch because it allows you to stay encouraged and it allows you to stay connected, and you're not alone. It's a community of entrepreneurs and we are all in it to win it. And I want to see everyone be successful. So this is the Jackie Jackson, and I'm so happy that you all are watching our show tonight. I have a very, very special guest. His name is Jeremy Diaz, and I am so proud of this young man. I am so proud of you, Jeremy.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. The moment I met you, the moment I saw your social media, I was like, I have to meet him. I have to meet him because I was just floored about everything that you're doing. So welcome to the show, Jeremy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jeremy is a fashion blogger. He has like all the major designers like chasing him down, trying to get you to wear their clothes.
Yes,
isn't that true?
absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Exactly. And I want to show you why. So after this commercial break, you'll get to see exactly what Jeremy is doing. We're about to take a commercial break and you'll see Jeremy in action. Mm-hmm. And we're back, and you're watching The Jackie Jackson Show, and today we're sitting with Jeremy Diaz from Lifestyle Legacy, a fashion blogger, and he is just doing big things here in Orlando. And we're going to talk about how he got started. So, Jeremy, tell me how you got started in this fashion thing.
So, my whole life I've always liked to look good. I like what it feels like when you wear clothes that make you feel confident. So, as I grew up, and I've been an athlete my whole life, so part of being an athlete is being fashionable. So, as I got older and I got more into the fashion world, I decided why not share my fashion sense with everybody else. So that's when I took all of my talent onto YouTube and social media and just expressing myself through clothes. That's how I kind of came up with the idea.
That is so cool. And you look young.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You look young. So, did you know that you wanted to do fashion, or how did you recognize that this was a passion of yours? Because you said that you were an athlete first, and usually a lot of times athletes, at least a major pro athlete today,
right,
they are fashion icons.
Yes.
So how did you melt the two talents together?
It kind of came out of left field. I mean, like I said, I've been an athlete my entire life. So as a young boy, I knew my dream was to be professional and play professional basketball and all that good stuff. And then, as I got older, I knew that, being an athlete professionally wasn't going to be my career path. So I just, was still into fashion. I still love clothes. I still love to shop and buy new clothes and stick with the trends. So I just kind of got around the right people, around some good coaching, and they were the ones that kind of steered me and said, hey, you might not be able to pursue the basketball. Why not pursue your other passion, which is fashion? Anybody can do it. There's no height or no stereotypes or anything like that. You just go ahead and do it and have fun with it. So I decided to dabble in it, dabbled into YouTube and some blogging, and the moment I started, I fell in love with it. I mean, I shop like crazy and get new clothes and put them on videos and explain myself, and gotten a lot of good feedback, and it's just something that I just love to do. When you love to do something, it's not a job. It's just something you just do, and you could do it forever. So that's when I started doing it.
Man, that is too cool. That is absolutely amazing. I mean, how many of us have a passion, have an idea, something that we wouldn't even dream of considering it to be work, but could be transformed into a viable and profitable business. And we are here to tell you that you need to pursue it. That's what this show is all about. Now, Jeremy, you said 3 things that were really, really profound to me, and we're going to elaborate on those 3 things. You said that you recognized that you had an interest. Then you went and you got a coach.
Absolutely.
Man, tell me about that.
So coaching is also another thing that I thought only athletes had. You know, I thought there's no other coach but a coach that coaches you in sports. So I got connected with Dr. Stacia and Ariana Pierce, who are business coaches. And the way I got connected with them was I was invited to just attend one of their conferences with an open mind. Never heard of them, never knew what business coaching was. Walked in there and went to their seminar and, you know, kind of explained to them what I wanted to do with fashion. And they gave me tons of different ideas, including YouTube and blogging and doing a coaching course, which we'll talk about as well. And I signed up for their coaching course, and this is my 2nd year in the course. And I've learned, I mean, so many different things about taking your passion and making it into a profit, which I never thought you could really do. So coaching is great if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you need some help. If you don't know the business world and you're not really very business savvy starting off, you need to get a good coach, someone that is in the game, successful in the game, that can show you the ropes and how to really make this thing work, how to be an entrepreneur and be successful. So coaching is great. I mean, it's being held accountable, which as an athlete you're like that your entire life. So it was very easy for me to transition from being an athlete and being coached to just being a client and being a business, I guess a business player, and having a coach you through that as well. Absolutely.
I mean, gold star Olympians have coaches, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Top quality athletes, you know, everyone that I know that is entrepreneur, that is successful, has some sort of coach and mentors that are guiding them to, you know, tell them what the right thing is to do. You're going to have failures, you're going to have successes, but you need to have people around you to show you, okay, just because you took a no doesn't mean you quit.
Absolutely.
You know, some people do that. As soon as they say, okay, you might have a meeting and they might not like your product or like what you have to offer, people will quit. You know, but you need coaches.
The first sign of adversity or a challenge or an obstacle that you have to overcome, that is the time where you are going to be tested, right? You're going to be tested. And at those moments, that's when your tenacity kicks in, because you know that you know that you know that you know what your passion is, and you know that your passion is viable. You need to stick with it, and you need to keep pushing through, because whenever there is discomfort in that moment, there is growth on the opposite side.
Absolutely.
Right? There is growth on the opposite side.
One of the things that Dr. Stacia says is you're going to get hundreds of no's, but you just need that one yes.
One.
You just need one.
One.
That's all you need. And, you know, when I started out, just being an entrepreneur in general and kind of learning what it takes to build your own business, it took a lot emotionally out of me, because, you know, a lot of times, especially being young, you think it's your overnight success. And being an entrepreneur in any game, it takes time, it takes patience and consistency. I think patience and consistency are the 2 biggest things that you need to have to be a successful entrepreneur. Huge. You know, you have to be patient to build your business up. I mean, how many overnight successes really are there? There's not very many.
And you know, it seems like it's an overnight success, because we'll see someone that is very successful, they have built up their credibility and their audience and everything, and it just looks like they have it so easy.
Right, yeah, I mean, social media.
Everything just looks so seamless and put together, but you have no idea how much hours or how many hours that individual had to put in, dedicate, and work in order to make it look so easy.
Yeah, I mean, social media is the prime example. A lot of people will post on there their successes, so that's really all you see. You don't see the hours and long nights and stress that goes into putting together their product or putting together a movie or a show, or all the ins and outs. You don't really see a lot of that stuff, which takes hours, days, weeks to put together. So it takes a lot of patience. You have to be patient with yourself, and you just have to be consistent. You got to stay. You have to respect the grind. You got to respect the grind.
You know what? We're going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Respect the grind.
Now that's a t-shirt.
Trust the
right
process.
There. Trust the process.
It takes time.
And respect the grind.
And if you're an entrepreneur in your business, I love the grind. I love shooting the videos for YouTube and putting
Yes.
them on there. I love going to meetings and talking about different collaborations with clothing companies, and that's part of the game that I love that more than actually putting out the content. You know, because I know that the grind is what it's going to take to get the content out. So without the
Absolutely.
grind, there's no content.
There isn't no,
You know,
there
so
isn't any content at all.
You have
There's
to
nothing
really
to talk
love
about.
what you do. You have to love being stressed out because you're just trying to find a way to better yourself. That's all it is. So it's great. And being an entrepreneur, at least to me, is like the best job in the world.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's not even a job. It's like, it's a lifestyle.
Right, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. I hear so many times where people come to me and they say, Jackie, like, I don't want to have a 9-to-5, which they're referring to a traditional job, which is, there's nothing wrong with having a job. I don't want to have a 9-to-5. I want to own my own business. And I'm like, sure, you don't have to have a 9-to-5. As a matter of fact, most entrepreneurs don't have a 9-to-5. They have like a 2 a.m.
They got a 12 to 12. They got a 2 to 2. You know, 9 to 5 would be great in the entrepreneur world.
You look back and you're like, wow, maybe that job wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 24-hour, 365 job.
It's impressive.
And then the more time you put into it, the more you get out of it.
Right.
That's what's great about it. Is if you want to make money and you want to be successful, you got to put the hours in.
You sure do. And you're investing in yourself.
Absolutely.
So that's the biggest difference. When you work for an employer, you're investing in their vision.
Right.
Right? And their dream. When you now become the business owner, you're investing in yourself, your vision and your dream for your life. And it's a huge responsibility. You have to build your team. You have to also have systems to support you. And you also have to surround yourself with a community of other individuals that are doing the same thing or have at least gotten to different levels that can support you, which is the coaching.
Absolutely.
So that you can continue to be successful in everything that you are doing. So we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to take some questions. I had some Jackie Jackson fans email me and private message me some questions, and we're going to share some questions when we come back from the commercial break.
Let's do it.
Yeah? Let's do it.
Does it feel like, does it feel like, does it feel like the real thing? Does it feel like burning up, burning up, burning up, oh? Does it feel like, does it feel like, does it feel like the real thing? Let's not know where lovers go. Baby, we got the real thing.
And we are back. You are watching The Jackie Jackson Show with The Jackie Jackson. And remember to like us, comment, share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you want to go. You can find me on LinkedIn, Google+. I'm all over the place. YouTube.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere. The Jackie Jackson, right? So just like how these followers here, they sent in their questions they wanted me to ask. So I have a question from Tamika in Apopka. Apopka is a
All right,
really
Tamika, what you
nice
got?
city here in the Orlando, Central Florida area. So it asked, what she said, Tamika said, how did the idea for your business come about? Now, we spoke a little bit about that already,
right.
but can you elaborate a little bit more? Did you like dream it up? Or?
I mean, I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, kind of like what I was saying before.
Yeah.
My main thing was athlete, you know, being a professional athlete. I never thought about being an entrepreneur, and, you know, I was working at the time, so I just thought, you know, I was just going to work a job and just work my way up through a company or something like that. And it goes
And that's
all
what most people think,
right, which
too.
nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
You know, nothing wrong with that at all. But I think the coaching is what really did it for me. You know,
Right.
when I met Dr. Stacia and Ariana, they were the ones that were telling me, look, you have a good fashion sense. You know, you have a lot of, you're a young millennial, and, you know, you might as well just start your own business. You know, with social media marketing now, you can market it. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. You can work a 12 to 12, but enjoy what you do. So I was like, okay, well, you know, what should I do? And with fashion, I had no idea. So they were the ones that told me to hop on YouTube, put some videos out. They gassed me up, you know, good looking kid and all that stuff. So I was like, hey, if you say it, I'm gonna do it.
They made you feel confident.
It made me feel a little confident. It made me feel a little gassed up. So they said, you know, you take all of that and your knowledge, which is what's important, and just give it to the world.
Yes.
And make money while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, work your own schedule, do what you want to do. So I think it all comes back to coaching. Because,
Yes.
you know, no one else gave me that idea. So I would say coaching.
You would say coaching?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to do, like, I'm a military girl. So
Okay.
when we're taking military schools and they say something that's, like, so profound and you need to make sure that you recognize it, like, on a test, they stop. So I'm going to say coaching.
Okay, I'm going to do it with you at the same time.
Coaching.
Coaching. I'm telling you, that's it right there, coaching.
Coaching, right? Find someone who knows more than you do.
Absolutely.
All right, humble yourself and listen.
You got to be around more successful people in order for you to be successful.
Exactly. All right. So you said you're a millennial. Are you currently in school right now?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm a UCF Knight.
You,
I'm a UCF Knight, baby.
All right. And what you studying there?
Marketing and with a minor in entrepreneurship.
How cool is that?
So it's great. I love it.
When are you expected to graduate?
I will be graduating this fall. This fall I'll be
Nice.
graduating. So that's another huge step in my business because I'm also learning other systems and steps through school. And you know, having a degree is one of the most satisfying things that you could have in your life.
It's a huge accomplishment.
That's something they can never take away from you.
No one can ever take away your
That
education.
alone is a very long journey. Long journey. So between school, between working on my business, shooting videos, I mean, it's a 12 to 12 job, 12 to 12 life.
Yes, it
you know,
is.
There's not much leisure time, you know, but that's again what comes with the game. It comes with the grind is you got to make sacrifices.
All right. And you're absolutely true. Sacrifice is key, especially when you're grinding for what you want
Right.
out of life, right?
Exactly, absolutely.
All right, so the next question from one of the Jackie Jackson viewers. So make sure that you're sending your questions in via private messenger, or you can post them, or you can send them to me via email at thejackyjackson@gmail.com. I'll always reply back to you. So the question that I have here, what would you say are the top 3 skills needed to be a successful entrepreneur?
I would say consistency, patience, and just work ethic.
Ooh.
Work ethic. I think those are 3 key things, and they're all connected in its own way. You know, consistency is, you know, if you have like a clothing line, or if you have, you know, like the show, you know, constantly putting out product, constantly putting out content, and just saturating the market with yourself, because you're like
Your
you said
personal
before.
brand.
Yeah, you're your own brand. You're not. There's no label but your own. So you want to show people as much as you can who you are, what you have to offer, what you bring to the table, and you know, being patient. You know, overnight successes is not what this game is about. It's
And
rare.
it's not a very realistic,
It's not realistic.
expectation.
You know,
either.
you might have a viral video, or you might have a piece of product that goes big in a couple of days, but for long-term success, overnight successes aren't like that. You have to have consistent income, consistent grinding all the time, and you have to work hard. You know, 9 to 5 is not what's not going to take. It's going to take 12 to 12. It's going to take sacrifices. Me being young, there's a lot of sacrifices that I have to make as far as hanging out with friends and going out. Those nights that I might be out hanging out, I got to stay home and grind.
This is
You know,
true.
so that's part of being, you know, young, which doesn't really matter the age. Anybody could be entrepreneurs. So I think those 3 things are key: work ethic, consistency, and patience.
And patience. That's great answers, Jeremy.
Thank you.
All right, next question. This one is a good one. What have been some of your failures, if any, and what have you learned from them?
So my biggest failures was on YouTube. First couple of videos that came out, I didn't really get great feedback. I actually had people telling me that the videos weren't good at all.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
how did that make you feel?
you know, I knew it came with the game. You know, it comes with it. You're going to get a lot of criticism. So you have to have thick skin. That's another big thing you have to have in entrepreneurship, is thick skin. So I accepted what they said, you know, and they, you know, on top of their words, they gave me some constructive criticism, told me what I need to do to improve. And, you know, it does hurt. It hurts the soul, especially when you're first starting off and you think you're going on your way and you kind of get shut down by a few people. But you have to have thick skin. You got to push through. And I've learned to just have thick skin. You know, accept what they have to say, but don't let it defeat you. Don't sit in a corner and sulk and cry about it.
Right.
You know, you got to just get up and just keep pushing, keep grinding forward. And you know, there's levels. There's levels to this. As you the more years you put in, you're going to get better at your craft, and you got to work on your craft every day. So that's what I've learned, is just to get some thick skin and learn how to take the constructive criticism and just flip it into progress.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because not only are you going to have individuals that are naysayers and, dare I say, haters,
Absolutely.
right?
They're out there. Let me tell you something. They're out
No matter
there.
how well that you're doing, but be mindful that the very people that are closest to you, who you expect to be part of your support circle, may be your harshest critics. Why? Because inside them, their logics are they're trying to protect you.
Yep.
And whatever it is that they're protecting you from. Sometimes it's not even like realistic what they're protecting you from, but their disposition is coming from a positive place, at least hopefully. So be mindful of that. And a lot of times people get discouraged when they're starting off because they don't have the support that they expected to have from their closest people within their circle. So look past that, because if that individual that's giving you that advice and that feedback is not sharing the same vision as you, nor are they working towards the same goals that you are, you're going to hear it and then let it go.
Yeah, to add on to that real quick, you know, I have a very small circle of friends, like my true, like, I consider friends family. Like, that's the circle that they're in. When I first told them about, you know, that I was going to go down this YouTube role and do fashion and stuff, they were kind of iffy about it because they view me as an athlete. So it took some time for them to realize that this is something that I was taking serious. And now, I mean, now they're my biggest supporters and my biggest critics, that you just said. You know, if something doesn't look right, they're going to tell me straight up. Like, they're going to be harsh, they're going to be critical, but all they're doing is setting you up for success. They want to see you succeed. And that's what I respect about them the most, is that they're the ones that I want to look at my videos before anybody else and say, hey, how does this look? You know, how do I look? Do I need to do something with my hair? You know, my clothes look good. And a lot of times they'll be harsh, like, dude, you look terrible.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, they you know, and that's fine. And that's
you know, you sound like my mama.
Yeah.
You know,
my parents the same way. She'll tell me straight up, like, son, you need to do something with your hair. Like, they'll tell me straight up. But that's what you need. You need people that are going to give you constructive criticism. They're not going to shoot you down. They're not going to disrespect you, but they're just trying to set you up to be successful.
Absolutely.
So that's what I love about my friends the most, is that now they're like my biggest fans.
They're your biggest fans. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and we're going to define success, because we've talked about success a lot. So let's define what Jeremy thinks success is.
Alrighty.
Right after this commercial break.
You can be another part of me, another part of me, yeah. Want you to stay, every part of me, yeah, every part of me, yeah. You can be another part of me, another part of me, oh. Want you to stay, every part of me, every part of me, oh.
And we are back with the Jackie Jackson Show, and I'm sitting with Jeremy Diaz from Lifestyle Legacy. And Jeremy is a fashion blogger, inspiration, and model. Man, it was so interesting trying to coordinate with you, right?
It sure was.
Because you'd be like, oh,
Sure was.
Jackie, I would come, but I'm on my way to my next fashion shoot. And I'd be like, well, excuse me. Excuse me,
It's a
please.
grind. It's a
Let
grind.
me know when you're available, and I'll call
I'll have
you
my
back.
people get in touch with your
people.
people.
Call my people, and we'll work this out. That's how that went. But I am so proud of you. I can't even say it any much more, right? So
yeah,
you've
it was a grind,
It was a grind.
trying to get here. It definitely was. What, maybe 2 times we had to reschedule to finally make it happen, but we made it happen.
We made it happen. And you're here today,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
sharing with the Jackie Jackson audience. basically your passion and your dream and how you got started, and you're sharing with them some really great nuggets that it's important to surround yourself with good people.
Yes,
Good
absolutely.
people, including
Key.
a really,
It's a
really
key
good
thing.
business coach, as well as people that will give you honest feedback in your process and help you grow as a person as well as an entrepreneur too. So with that said, we talked a lot about success. So
Yes.
share with me and the audience, how do you define success?
I mean, I think success to me is just being happy. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mean money is great and money can solve a lot of problems, but I think at the end of the day, you just want to be happy. You want to be happy with what you do. You know, you want to be able to provide for yourself, for your family. It doesn't mean you have to make millions and millions of dollars, but I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to make millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
in their passion? But I think at the end of the day, you want to just be happy, live a happy life. You only live once. So, you know, you don't want your job to consume your family life. Those have to be two separate entities. So if you have a family, you know, you want to make sure you have your family life in a good state and your business in a good state. Me being young and don't have a family, you know, I can invest that extra time into my business. But as I get older, you know, there has to be a line. It has to be a
that
give and take. It's a
balance.
give and take. Yeah, it has to be a balance. So I think at the end of the day, success is just about being happy with what you do, living a life that you enjoy, not stressing about a lot of things, and you know, just doing what you want to do when you want to do it, with who you want to do it with, and just, you know, living the life you always want to live. I think is what my definition of a successful life would be.
Oh, that is so awesome. I have another question here from Jose in Kissimmee.
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, what's up,
What's
Kissimmee?
up?
And all my peeps down in Disney.
Disney life.
Disney life.
Disney life.
If you could talk to one person from history, who would that person be?
One person. Well, that's
One person. One person.
history. Maybe I would say Michael Jackson.
Mike?
Michael
MJ?
Jackson. MJ.
Oh, now you have to elaborate.
I mean, I grew
Is
up.
it the jacket?
Well,
because it could be the jacket.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I bought this jacket, I thought about him.
It was like MJ inspired.
I grew up on Michael Jackson. Like everyone in my family, like we adore this guy. We know every song. I have every album, every live show. I'm being dead serious.
You actually do you have records?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the the turntables, everything. I mean, we grew up on him, and my mom and her sister were able to go to one of his concerts when they were younger.
Yeah.
And you know, they tell me and my sister the history of him, and we watched documentary after documentary. If there was one person I would love to talk to, it'd be him without
Without a shadow of a doubt.
hesitation. Yeah. I mean, he's the king. He's the king of pop, and I think when he was doing his music, he changed the world. I mean, you know, through a lot of, you know, racism and things like that back in the day, his music and what he stood for, I think, was important on top of the music. And he was just one of a kind. There'll never be another Michael Jackson. So that's ever in the history of mankind. You'll never find another.
I mean,
so,
a legend.
yeah, a legend.
Period.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about him now gives me goosebumps.
It's like, you know, the creation of like the plane.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
There just
it's-
will never, ever,
he's,
ever
yeah.
be another moment like that
Yeah,
in
it's
time.
incredible.
Yep. That influence is like forever made his
Yeah, I
stamp
mean,
here
he
on
just,
Earth.
I don't even really dance like that, but I mean, when I put
can't
that
dance
music
like
on, it's, I could do it when the
You could
music's
do
on. Don't get it twisted. When I put the music on, it's a club in my house. It's a club in my house.
So, last one here, because we have just about a few more moments
Yes.
left as we count down to our show. What has been the most satisfying moment in your business so far?
Most
In
satis-
60 seconds or less.
Okay, the most satisfying moment in my business was getting my first clothing line collaboration.
Ooh.
I was putting out some YouTube videos and, you know, social media, my Instagram and stuff, was building, you know, little by little. I had a clothing company reach out to me, and they said, hey, look, we love your videos, we love your page, we love what you stand for, love to send you some clothes and do a video for us. And I was like, wow, like, I had to like shut my phone off, put it back on, see if this thing was real. And sure enough it was. And I said, hey, I'd love to work with you. And within maybe 2 weeks, they sent me a nice care package
Yes.
of clothes. And
then the rest is history.
the rest is history. I mean, I've been
man.
working with I'm working with maybe 6 brands now, different brands
That is
around the world.
phenomenal.
Some are in U.S., some are international. and it's great. But that first deal, that's when I knew that this is something that I could do.
It was viable.
Yeah, it was viable.
So thanks again for watching The Jackie Jackson, the place where you can keep on being inspired, empowered, and educated, and be lifted up in your spirit. You guys got this. Keep the grind going and be the best entrepreneur that you can be. Love y'all. Until next time, man. All right, take care.